What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Scale News Update. If you're not familiar with the show, this is where we talk about the news topics that happen in the scale world of RC over the past week. If you enjoy the Scale News Update, hit the like button. Let's jump into this week's topics. First up this week, Vanquish Products Trucks of Freedom. This was launched this week and will run while supplies last. This is meant to be a fun promotion. It's like a mystery box, but you know you're going to get either a truck kit or RTR and a bunch of upgrades that make sense for the package that you're getting with a minimum value. This time there's two value tiers that you can jump into. Both have some special items that you can get along with them. The upper tier does have like limited color axles available in there, and all of the upper tier ones get a laser etched card that says Trucks of Freedom just for some extra fun. But no value put on that card, it's just a little bonus. Anyway, if you're interested in those, I'll put a link to both of them in the description below. You can check those out, as well as links to the rest of today's stories. Next, Axial just released the LCXU dig upgrade. This is made for the transmission that came in the Axial base camp, the SCX3 base camp. It had the new LCXU transmission when it was released. It's the only Axial vehicle that was ever released with that transmission. So this is specifically for those of you who have an RTR base camp SCX3. I got my hands on one of these dig units early, but I don't have my base camp any longer, so I wasn't able to install it ahead of time. But the dig does look like a little bit of an updated design compared to the one that comes in the Axial SCX3 or the Capra. So it should work a little bit better, but I don't know that for certain yet. I'm sure that I'll find out here before too long though. So if you're interested and you have a base camp, I'll put a link to that product as well. Next, for those of you that are TGH Beadlock owners, they're looking for your input on some new Beadlock styles. They've got 11 different styles that they're looking at, and they'd like you to vote what your favorite is. I believe that this is being hosted in the TGH Facebook group, which of course is linked below as well. So if you own a set of those wheels, or you've been looking at possibly owning a set, here's your chance to go give them some input to try and, persuade the way that you think they should go forward with their style choices. Next, here's a super simple one from me. I designed up a little part that I was looking for personally to hold some of my TIG filler wire. I have a number of different filler materials that I use, and I just wanted a place to hold them on my workbench. So I designed up a little mount that holds 3 different cans that I could use to modify and 3D print these caps to give myself this base. Yes, I know you're technically supposed to hold your filler wire in an airtight and this and that. I don't, because I mainly build RC cars. And if you would like to use this for something other than TIG filler wire, like pens and pencils or tools or whatever it may be, you can go download these files from my website. Also, they're for sale on there for 99 cents if you like them, or for the first 100 people, you can go download it for free. All you have to do is input the code, and the code is the password from the 1994 hit movie Ace Ventura. You can share the password if you want. You can put it in the comments if you must, or keep it fun and make people either remember or Google it. Next, we have a new release from RC4L Drive. These are the Rome Adventure products. These are some licensed 3D printed case replicas. They look like the Rome products in various sizes, and you can buy these 3D printed things to, dress up your overland style truck with some cases that are overland appropriate. A few different sizes available, a number of different price ranges in there. I'm not all that familiar with Rome products. I had to go look them up. Looks like some decent stuff, and these look like miniature versions of them. Also, while I was on the RC4L Drive site, I noticed this new product from CC Hand, and this is a canoe mount for roof rack, specifically for the VS410 style roof rack that they had. But just a very specific product. If you happen to have a VS410 with a roof rack and a canoe and you just didn't know how to mount it, boy, do we have the product for you. You too. You can bring all of those products together in just a nice little bow. It's a product. There you go. You can buy it. I don't know. Is this the oddest, most specific product we've seen from them so far? I have to feel like it is. Then Tamiya finally had the full official product release of the BBX on the BB01 chassis. I got the chance to receive this kit early, build it, and show my video on release day. It was a great kit. I really enjoyed it. Something completely new, the style and the size overall. My favorite Tamiya kit to date. Really, really enjoyed it. Looks like these are basically going to be available everywhere now. So if you pre-ordered or you were looking to order, look for them soon. Again, I don't think you'll regret it at all. Really enjoyed that truck, car, buggy, whatever it is. Next, for you Hobbywing Axe R2 owners, Hobbywing put out a new firmware update for those. So log into your app, update, download firmware, and then upload it to your ESC, and you'll get their new tune or functions along with it. There's a list of exactly what they're including on their website. You can go read through that. There's some functions in there that look like they may be useful to a number of you. I did see that, of course, the translations are not always great, but there's a more violence option on startup, which I assume means like better punch, which has always been one of my main critiques of the Axe systems, is they were all too soft at the bottom end. Now, more violence. I guess it's not what I thought I needed, but evidently that is what I was after. So download that, give it a shot, see if you like the changes. After all that talk of violence, let's talk about Tug Buddies. Holmes has 2 new gear sets available for their Tug Buddy winch, the speed version and a super speed. So if you want to crank up the line speed of your Tug Buddy, then check out Holmes Hobby's website for their new gear sets. Also, like last week, we talked about the HV150 servo. This is that micro-sized servo that they just released. Well, we talked about the tease of it last week. Now, fully available. You can go check the website. Reasonably priced as well. Speaking of the micro or mini stuff, SSD just put out some brass knuckles and C-hubs for the TRX4M. So if that was one of the brands you just wanted to wait for until they released option parts, they're now available. Probably going to see those at the normal SSD distributors here very soon. And lastly, for the TRX4M, Furatech put out the Rampart monster truck chassis in carbon fiber. So we can take that TRX4M, convert it to this carbon fiber monster truck style. Furatech also has the monster truck tires and wheel options for those, mini scale, as well as all the other motors and parts that you could want for the TRX4M. Check that out if you're looking for a change. This week, Proline put out a new teaser for a body that they've got coming out. This is a drag body, and I'm pretty sure that this is going to be a Charger. Hashtag said that, low C22 drag. So, in the slicks in the photo, think we can figure out what this likely is. Doesn't look like it's going to be super pro mod style, so more for the guys that are looking for a little closer to reality on the styling options. But if you're a big Charger fan, this hopefully looks pretty good. It's going to be interesting to see how they deal with the proportions of the wheel openings with the overall length, as the Chargers had a decent amount of overhang in the front. Looking forward to seeing what they do. This Wednesday, come check out Livestream Takeover. Matt and I will be discussing Hot Wheels. That's all we discuss anymore. We're only Hot Wheels people now. Hot Wheels always gets discussed now. We have converted Matt after ridiculing us for so long, but we're there now. And of course, there's some RC talks sprinkled in as well. Come check it out Wednesday, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. And of course, Friday Night Live this week, getting back into my rhythm, although this studio needs some serious reorganization after the absolute thrash that has been happening here for months on end. So I feel like this Friday may be more of a personal embarrassment of showing you what, like this mess that you see behind me here, that's a little bit of it. It's everywhere. And I need to get that fixed up. So maybe you're going to see a little closer look at that this Friday. Same time as the other streams, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. Come check it out. Hope you can stop by and just see my embarrassment. Last week I asked you all, what was the last project you wrapped up? And some home renovation products were in there, some FPV projects, which sounded pretty interesting also. And of course, what I'm most used to, crawler related stuff, right? Where, what makes me feel at home the most. This week, I want to ask though, What is that tipping point for you between that really gonna do a bunch of research price and the I want it, that's an impulse buy? Is it like $20? Is it $200? Is it somewhere above that in the middle? I'd like to know. How quickly can you hit buy when it's at, just a certain price point? I think this could be some interesting information. Love to hear what you guys have to say. Maybe some of you are much more savvy shoppers than myself, who falls for Instagram ads all the time. As always, super appreciate you guys sitting here and watching the Scale News with me every Tuesday. If you enjoyed the Scale News, hit the like button. Subscribe if you're not already. Hit the notification bell so you see the videos as soon as they get uploaded every Tuesday. As always, thanks again for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.